What is good, everyone? Welcome to the Monday stream. A lot to talk about today. Let me just check again. I think X is not posting that I'm live, so let me go ahead and post this myself. Stream is live. Monday morning stream. Monday morning stream is live. I don't want to call it that. Oh, whatever. Let's just post. Pin. Boom. Here we go. Welcome everybody to the show. Another week. Appreciate everybody for being here. Yes, we got a lot to talk about today. We're going to go through the Logan Paul Pokemon stuff. We got X killing some of these bot metas and going after the AI bots. We have some Milady stuff, some NFT stuff, crypto, and a ton more. I thought I got alpha. I did not get alpha. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. Let me get my screen. Boom. Here we go. I'll make this a little smaller so it's full screen. There we go. Cool. So X is having a lot of issues this morning. Hopefully you guys are seeing it on X. I see not as many people joining. Yeah, hopefully it's going to reach enough people. It's the second time on Friday. They don't show when your stream is live. You only appear on the right side, but it doesn't show on your profile. So I have to post it manually, which doesn't get as many views right away as if the stream just goes live. And then I saw this morning when I woke up, like X was just, I couldn't load Twitter. So thankfully that it seems to be calming down. There's less reports now. So hopefully it's fixed, but we'll keep an eye on it. So let's jump right into it. Starting off with the Logan Paul Pokemon card sale. I'm on the wrong page here. Let's just use Polymarket. There was some crazy swings here on Polymarket. I should have, in hindsight, obviously it's way easier, right? But like 10 mil was more, I think it was more likely to not hit. Let's just look at the chances here. Yeah, it was more likely to not hit. Like you could have gone in on 10 mil, yes, 12 mil, 15 mil. 15 mil, obviously very risky, but 10 mil was pretty obvious because even Logan was saying 10 mil. He had an offer, Bitcoin 150K soon. I hope, bro. I hope. Much love. Thank you for joining, bro. Appreciate you. Hopefully, Ken and Logan were saying like, the card's going to go for over 10 mil. Logan said that Ken offered him 7 million like 3 years ago, or I don't know when, season 1 of his show. I don't know what season they're in. So it was kind of obvious it was going to sell for a lot more. I forget what I bought. I bought like 12 mil or 15 mil no. And then literally 2 minutes after, it starts to nuke because the bids just start rolling in. Then I went no on, as you can see, I didn't claim yet. No on 17, 18, and 20. 17 was very close. So I was like, dude, I stayed up till 1:30. I'm so exhausted just watching it because I was like, I don't want to get wrecked on these if they're going to crime it, which is something we're going to talk about. So the sale here ended for the final price was, they were showing a lower price here, but there's a fee on top of it. This exchange takes a 24% fee, which is wild. I understand they do a lot of marketing, so that's the reason, but it sold for $16.492 million. Sorry, overpriced. Like, especially that it's not even a real PSA 10 apparently. Like there's a lot of evidence, and the previous owner showed that it was a PSA 9, and then I guess with PSA you could just crack your slabs and get it reevaluated. Like there's a lot of controversy around this. There was also a lot of other cards that were for sale during this. There was it's not Logan Paul's first edition Charizard, I don't think. It was somebody else's, but this one sold for just under $1 million, including that fee. You can see right here, $954,000. So wild prices on Pokemon cards. Like this is amazing for Pokemon collectors. Yeah, here are my bids, my 3 bids. So here it shows I made like close to $700. I didn't. I lost on a previous bid. I just got insta nuked by $500. So, I ended up making like $200, but it's better than losing, right? I had 5 Gs on the line here. If they kept going, if that gong kept getting hit, like I was going to lose 5 Gs. That's why Bitcoin is going to 0, period. Yes, for sure. It will be 150K soon. Look, I think it's going to 150K over 0, but I think we could go lower before higher. I do think soon, though, we're going to go higher. I think we go to mid 70s, but we could go lower. I wanted to bid no on the lower sales, but I knew Logan, everything was possible. GM. No, I think going low, which is what I did at first, and then I quickly closed it. I was like, and I could have got wrecked even more. So I'm happy I closed it. The problem is the liquidity, dude. The liquidity was so low considering that there was most of these like 1 million. Yeah, most of them have 1 million in volume. The liquidity was so thin, dude. Like I remember the 20 million yes was at 18 cents, which makes no sense. But when you look at liquidity, there was $66 above $1. So like it's not 18 cents. Those prices are so misleading. It's the weirdest thing. GM, welcome to the show. We are going to 38K, but I've been short for a while. They've been doing good. Nice, bro. I think 40K is definitely a possibility. I love seeing Bitcoin to 1 mil, Bitcoin to 200K. Anything's possible. I hope you do well in your shorts, sir. So yeah, let's continue. The winner of the Pikachu, it's Scaramucci, which is the son of this Scaramucci. I knew I recognized the name, so I've seen him on shows and stuff. He does a show called The Lost Boys. I've seen him on like the news channels and stuff, you know, pushing Bitcoin. So that's his son, apparently. He thinks the card is worth 100 million. Okay. He compares it to like Mickey Mantles and all these other cards. So yeah, and he's starting some website or something where he's hunting like treasure. I guess is what is Scaramucci family, like billionaires. I don't know. He's spending 16 million on a card with this show. I assume they did a raise or something for the show. So it's called Treasure Trove, but follow the treasure hunt. So he's just hunting collectibles. I guess he's starting to do some stuff. A big investment. It's funny here in this video. He's like, you know, Mickey Mantles are worth 50 to 70 million. And Logan's like, wow, you really did your research. Like, dude, he just got 60 million for a Pikachu that a lot of people are saying isn't even his. So here we have somebody saying, Logan, you co-founded a company called Liquid Marketplace that sold tokenized ownership of this card. I was one of those owners. How are you going to take care of those transactions? So if you don't know, Liquid Marketplace, there was a ton of scandals around it. Logan announced himself as a co-founder years ago. Then they did a ton of stuff. The founders apparently, like there's a lawsuit where I think they took 3 million of the 10 million they raised from VCs and just, I don't know what they did with that money. So obviously Logan, it's not his first time. You know, there was the whole crypto zoo stuff and a few meme coins with his brother, and he's had some controversies, right? Then we have this. So the Ontario regulators called it a multi-level fraud, false claim on authentication and insurance, misinterpreting tokens as real ownership. There was like some security stuff. And then people are questioning that if it's really a PSA 10, there's that whole PSA 9 thing. So yeah, and then he's blocking everybody, right? That was the other joke. Yeah, he blocked Bold Leonidas. So he has comments turned off for his posts. And I mean, if he sees this, he'll probably block me, even though I'm just reading the news. Did he? Yeah, I think he deleted the original post because he realized comments were turned off and everybody was commenting stuff like, when will I get my share of the fractional ownership? 1.6 million views for a comment. That is crazy. He got blocked. Watcher Guru even got blocked for posting that Logan Paul bought an NFT for 635K and it's worth more than 150 bucks, right? It's a rare, but it's still worth like max like 1,000, maybe a couple thousand. So, you know, a lot of people got wrecked in NFTs. Did he even pay with his own money? Who knows? It was maybe just to promote some stuff, but he's blocking everybody. So obviously not a good look. He blocked Scar, who wrote this story. So I don't know what's going to happen with this sale. Like, there's an ongoing lawsuit. I don't even know how this card was able to be sold when there's an ongoing lawsuit about the platform. I'm sure Liquid, like if I was a Liquid Marketplace holder, I'd be pissed, dude. You bought the card. The website doesn't work. You cannot get your money or your cards off of the platform. Meanwhile, he goes on TV to sell the card for 3x what it was worth when you bought it. Like people who bought, you bought $1,000 of fractionalized ownership, you deserve, how much did I just say? 1,000? You deserve $3,000. Like, I don't understand what's going on. Really not a good look. not a good look to be banning everybody. I don't know how he's just going forward, pretending none of this is happening. So it's completely wild that this kind of stuff happens. And we'll see what happens in the future with it. But yeah, I also saw Memeland was there. So we have Ray in the background and people part of the Memeland team. And, they had ad reads. So Logan was just reading ads throughout the stream because he did a live stream where he was opening Pokemon cards. A lot of these cards are worth a lot of money, dude. He was pulling red cheeks Pikachus and saying they're worth like $20 million. Like, dude, I was going through look how many Pikachus I have. Wait, let me go full screen here. Look how many Pikachus I have, dude. And none of them are red cheeks. They were like, yo, red cheeks are worth $20,000, even though the price, they were saying the chance the guy pulled was $300,000. The last sale was $40K. So the prices are obviously all overinflated. I was going through all my Pokemon cards. I got these are all like not first edition, not rare. Even I got my green Game Boy with Pokemon Silver. If you know the combo, if you know, you know. I do have behind me here my binder that's normally up there. But I have like a Charizard, but it's all scratched up. It's probably like a PSA 2, So, but Memeland was there. Memeland is trying to get into the trading card game. So they promoted all their product, 9gag, Memeland Potatoes, Memecoin, and Ace Trader. Obviously, they have the potato plushie here, which looked good. I know I got a lot of comments like, oh, and the market doesn't care, like Memecoin is down. There was a few of these comments. Let me find, and the ROI result is equal to 0. Like, I get it. This is kind of the same thing I say about Pudgy Penguins, right? When Pudgy Penguins has their pop-up store, it does nothing for the assets, which I think is normal. It's not going to do anything for the assets because why would anyone care? Why would Logan Paul just read an ad for Memeland? Yeah, I'm going to go spend $2,000 or now it's okay, $370 on an NFT that I don't understand. I think it's perfectly normal. And the goal of this isn't to pump the coin or the NFTs. The goal is to get in the trading card game world. Like they've been doing similar to what Ray did with NFTs, where he spent years buying NFTs. Now they're doing in the trading card world. And I think he bought 10 packs. They opened them live on stage. I believe he hit like a Mewtwo and Alakazam and a few other rares, which is good because those packs were $12,000 each. So you need to hit some rares. Like some people hit literally nothing. They didn't get a holographic nothing. You're just setting $12,000 on fire for Logan Paul's stream. So a wild night. I was up late. What's good, Icy? Welcome to the show. Here, Triple Money saying Logan is a clown. What about Del Muno's just hit 0.1? Yes, we have it later in the show. But if they're at 0.1 right now or yesterday, because yesterday they went to 0.1. Yeah, so let's move on. We have this really triggers me. Okay, this really triggers me. I'm going to try to control my emotions. I'm not in Netherlands, okay, but I have friends in there, and I'm sure if it's happened in Europe, it's probably going to come to Canada. And we already have an exit tax, so they prevent you from leaving. You have to give them 1/4 of your wealth if you want to leave. All your unrealized gain, your shares, my company owner, like everything. It's theft. It is literal theft. And now we have the Netherlands, the House of Representatives. I don't know if it's fully through, but they approved a 36% wild, first of all, unrealized capital gains tax on stocks, crypto, and bonds. This is theft. This completely removes your ability to invest long term, right? Capitalize or compounding interest, right? Which we're taught like since you're 12 years old. Hey, invest early and get compounding interest. This completely nerfs that. Every single year, you have to pay tax. If you make 100K without selling, if you bought a Bitcoin at 50K, if you bought 2 Bitcoin at 50K and it went to 100K or even higher, you owe taxes at the end of the year, right? When Bitcoin was at 110K in December, it was probably less. Let's say it was at 110K in December. You owe taxes on a gain of over 100% per Bitcoin. And now Bitcoin's at $60,000. It's almost back to your cost, but you owe that tax bill. You owe them 40 grand. How are you going to come up with that? You might need to sell some Bitcoin back at the low. Do you get a refund for that? No, you have to wait till next year where you can claim a little bit on your taxes. You have to make future gains in order to get it back. This is pure incompetence from governments that are burning money. They are setting it on fire. They don't know what they're doing. And they're like, we need more money. Let's just go rob people of their savings. Let's go rob them of their future so we can get more money now to do these plans that are clearly not working because all these governments are going downhill. Their GDPs are going down. Employment's going away. AI is coming. It's going to steal so many jobs. So these governments now are rushing to steal as much money as they can. And I fully believe, like I am saying that, fully believe exactly those words. Like those are harsh words, right? Say governments are stealing. This is exactly what's going on. This is theft from mainly the middle class, right? The investors. All these billionaires and rich people, they're going to protect their assets. They're either going to do offshore or they have some setup where they're not going to have to pay this. But the middle class who already pay a majority of the taxes, and as you can see, I'm pissed about what I have to pay already because I get rinsed, dude. And everybody says leave. My family's here, and there's, like I said, there's an exit tax, so it's not the easiest to just leave. But this kind of stuff is just theft, and I think we're going to see more and more of it. To be honest, I don't think this is going to decrease. I think it's going to increase, and at one point, we're just going to have to revolt. Like that's all it's going to take. But I think the majority of people want this, right? Because the average person doesn't have that much in stocks and crypto, right? They're just working a job. They're trying to get by. And there's this like culture of tax the rich are evil, and not even the rich, just like regular people. So yeah, I think this stuff's going to continue, and it's wrong. It is wrong, but let's move on here. Let me reshare my screen. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yes. So moving on, let me make this a little smaller, bigger, boom. Moving on into some X news. Yeah, criminal behavior, agreed. Disgusting. Some X news. So we are, Nikita tweeting out, we are rolling out more detection for automation and spam. If a human is not tapping on the screen, the account and all associated accounts will likely be suspended, even if you're just experimenting. While we aim to legitimize the use cases of agents, this will take some time to do properly. For now, we recommend holding off on plugging in your bot. If it's critical, you can use the official API, so you can get by with it if you're paying Twitter. We have a lot of people, like this dude is the founder of Felix, an AI coin. You know, a lot of people were, how does he detect spam? Dude, spam is the easiest thing. Like if I tweet anything, the first comments, it's like the most bland comment. I can tweet like, I'm going for a hike today. I hope Bitcoin hits 100K. And then there'll be a comment like, oh, a hike is a great way. Let's see if Bitcoin makes it to, like, it's the most bland comment. I'm sure they could detect it pretty easily. And it's also your behavior as a user. You know, I'm sure they have some info on how you use your device, and they're tracking your mouse movements or your finger movement when you're in the platform. So a lot of bots, you know, the whole bot meta took a massive dip. It was down like 20 to 60% on some coins. A lot of the recent coins that are trending are these AI coins, right? Kelly Claude and Multex and all, even though those aren't AI coins necessarily tweeting, it's in the AI realm, right? So all of them took a hit across the board. I did see some people, you know, asking like, hey, you know, bots ruin a lot of things, but please make sure legit builders using the API don't get punished for bad actors. We need clean automation, not zero automation, which I agree. And he says, we'll be announcing some really cool things soon for builders. So it doesn't seem like it's over for the AI, hopefully just the slop that is disappearing. And then on top of this, same day, we have Nikita saying, you know, the whole claim your fee meta is gone, right? He said any app that is allowing people to launch coins for other people, so things like bags, which apparently he was involved in, but he doesn't say bags. The main focus at the moment, which is the meta, that's why he's going to focus on it, is bankr, right? Bankr has been all the rage. It went to like 100 million. Now it's down to like 60 million because of this. So he's saying like, you are just getting banned because this is dishonest. And he's talking about this post where the dude's like, hey, this is the founder of OpenClaw, which was Molt, which was previously Claude, but then he got pursued by Anthropic, or he was going to get pursued. I listened to like an hour so far of a Lex Friedman podcast, and he talks about it. He says Anthropic were really nice. Like they messaged me before sending me a cease and desist. But dude, I kind of felt bad for his story, but we'll get to that. So basically, here this dude saying like, I listened to the interview. On one hand, he claims to be losing 10K to 20K a month. He's apparently rich, so he doesn't care. Doing or maintaining OpenClaw. And he also disses the crypto movement for trying to tokenize his project. And then he's saying, but dude, there's 100K waiting for you in fees. If you just claim the fees, open your eyes, man. And this is what made Nikita say, like, this is so dishonest. And it's true. Like, dude, sorry, we're vultures, bro. We are vultures. I saw there was this girl. I replied to her. Everybody was spamming her with claim the fees. Maybe I could find her in my recent following. Yeah, her. She asked like, oh, everybody's telling me to claim the fees. Like, what fees? It'll probably be too far down. And I replied to her like, well, here's the positive. There's free money waiting for you. The negative is you're about to have a bunch of people who now say like, you're the owner of this coin, and anything that happens, they are coming after you. You are responsible for their bags. So, this is the culture we have, and everybody like spamming GitHubs, going in your Discord, going anywhere, like claim the fees, bro. You have money here, come get it, to pump their own bags, because if you claim the fees, the token's going to pump. So now the bankr has switched, and the only way to claim those fees, or the only way to get a coin, is you need to launch your own coin. Starting now, only self-deploys are allowed through X. You build it, you deploy it, you earn from it, which I think is a healthy change, but we're going to get a lot less launches because most people don't know. Maybe people are going to start to get DMs like, hey, if you need money, launch a coin here, you'll make money. But at least it's them doing the action of launching the coin instead of seeing like 100K in an account and being enticed to go get that free money, right? Free money. Appreciate the repost, sir. Thank you, King. You're the true king. So why do I have this one here? I don't know why I saved this one. Does it say anything new information? I don't think so. Defended a model citing 380x returns from similar fees. Who's this? Okay, I guess he has a coin as well. Maybe that's why I noted it down. I wanted to research what his coin is. I'm not sure, but we had a ton. Look, the bags meta. We had Towns. We had Ralph. All these coins went to zero. The people just rugged it or sold their coins. So. But with this, we have the bankr NFTs took a big hit. They were near one ETH. They're currently at 0.55. We have the token, which was at 100 mil, is currently at 70 mil. So it recovered a little bit, but it did take a dip all the way down to 60. So hopefully we'll see if this meta is still strong now that not as many people are going to be launching coins. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, so I saw this. This was the post. He's saying like he shilled launch coins several times. I don't know if he did. Like, I don't know. I wasn't really into the launch coin believe bags meta at the beginning. But yeah, people are upset saying like, hey, you made money. Like, you're an advisor to Solana. You made money with launch coin, and now you're saying it's bad. You learn lessons as you go through this stuff, and you realize things are bad. Just because you were involved in something doesn't mean you can't change your opinion and do things to fix it. If anything, he understands the meta and the toxicity behind it. So yeah, agents will deploy their own coins. That's the founder. And here, yeah, Nikita choose violence against a bankr. I understand the point. These Fortnite kids annihilated creators of GitHub until they claim fees. Once done, they will add your X handle to a Discord and Telegram tracker and stalk your every tweet. If it's not benefiting the token price, they will make sure to insult you. And I saw here, yeah, somebody posted like, thank you, Nikita, because everybody was selling. So yeah, people pretty upset with this, but I wanted to just talk about, I lost it, but that Lex Friedman podcast, he brings it up. He brings up how, he had the name Claude and he was getting pursued by Anthropic, right? They said, hey, change the name. So he didn't know. He was doing research on what name to change to, and you need to change everything. He needs to change it within the code. He needs to get a new handle for Twitter. He needs to change to GitHub. He needs a new website. He needs a new Instagram or whatever he's using, right? So he was trying to do this. He just went with the name Molt, even though he didn't like it. But it got like sniped or something. I guess the website or the GitHub, as he was trying to do it, there's not only the Web3 people who are trying to get these names and find out the name fast to launch a coin and make money off of it. There's like domain squatters is what he called them, who are trying to steal it from him. And then there was people who sniped. He did one, he didn't do the other. Somebody sniped it, and then they were like sharing scams and malicious stuff under his name. And then he accidentally switched his main account, and somebody took his main account. So then they like somebody was acting as if it's him. So there was a ton of bad stuff that happened. Eventually, he just changed it to Open Claw, which apparently is fine. So that's the name right now. We'll see if he changes it again. But it sounds really like it's not fun to go through that. He says he didn't sleep for 2 days. Like I could imagine that. That must be, it's a really stressful time. So I feel for him, right? I think we don't realize these people are human. I get it. We're trying to pump our bags, but like these people are human. It's things they're working on that they care about, like a real project, versus for us, it's just a pump and dump. It's just a coin you want to quickly make money off of, get out, and then go to the next coin. So, you know, we got to remember these people are human. But let's move on here. We also have some positive, because somebody said like, not saying what you're doing is bad, but you're killing 20 different 20 platforms. You're hurting a lot of crypto stuff. Can you at least do something good for crypto? And then he says, I generally want to see crypto proliferate on X. We want to avoid spam, raids, harassment, and all that, which is perfectly reasonable, right? Encouraged. And then, and yes, we are launching a number of features in a couple of weeks, including smart cash tags that will enable you to trade stocks and crypto directly from your timeline. So I'm not sure what info they're going to use. I believe they said it was going to be Solana. And a lot of people celebrating this, like X has 500 million monthly active users. Not everybody's going to touch it, but even if 2% touch it, that's 11 to 12 new retail traders. So we'll see if that actually happens. I did see somebody here saying they're going to offer Bitcoin trading to 1 billion users within weeks. And then they say, no, that's not true, which is kind of like, that's, you know, it's not his fault. He misinterpreted this, but they say they're not going to be handling trade execution or acting as a broker, just building the financial data tools and links. So that's kind of weird that you say you could trade directly from your timeline, but then it's just, no, it's just data and links. We'll see what happens. What's good, Perez? Welcome to the show. But it's cool, you know, it's going to give more exposure. You're now going to be able to tag official hashtags. You could already do that with the OKX wallet. Like it gives like a little pop-up and you can click it. I don't know how they detect the right coin. Maybe it's just based on volume or something. Like if I launch a coin called Memecoin, how are they going to detect that my coin is meme versus somebody else's? But moving on here, we have people now gambling on traffic. I think one of the platforms that allows you, and this is another sponsor, is Shuffle, because I did see Cooker posting a lot about this. Yeah, he's up 150 soul betting on traffic. So basically, I didn't check it out, but the way it works is they pick a random location based on previous footage, which can I not just train an AI to just have all the footage and match this as fast as possible? I guess you need to bet before you know what the footage is. So it's literally just gambling. You're literally just guessing based on the corner. But, you know, if somebody at the company is picking the footage, this can totally be rigged. But yeah, here he's freaking out. He hits. It's how many cars go through this line. And it's pretty funny. This is what we've devolved to. But somebody DM me, like, how do you even think of this? But this is a game I used to play with my friends when we were young. Like, how many people are going to walk by or how many cars are going to drive by? You know, this is something we used to do. So it makes sense that, like, dude, when I remember with one of my friends, we would go to hockey games, and during the break, like the 15-minute, not halftime, because it's not halftime, but whatever, the break, there'd be kids that come play hockey, right? Like 10-year-olds that can barely play. We would bet on which team's going to win. You know, people like betting on stuff. So it makes sense that we're just going to bet on traffic. So that was pretty funny. And then, Memecoins popping off. I saw Pippin, which is like some old coin, is like at 700 mil. I guess they crimed it up. And the recent one now is Punch. Now I missed the opportunity to get in at 4 mil. I top blasted, unfortunately, so I needed to go up. I'm currently down on my position. So I do have a position here, but I am down. So it's all based on this monkey who like was separated, or his mother rejected him as a baby monkey. And now he doesn't go anywhere without his stuffed animal. And his name is Punch. Meet Punch. I don't know, a macaque from a Japanese zoo with a difficult story. So now people are lining up. They broke records at the zoo. For people coming to see the monkey. So we'll see if this gets the same virality. I saw people saying like, "Oh, this is our Mudang. This is the 2026 Mudang." We will see if that actually happens. I feel this is less viral. Maybe, hopefully I'm wrong, right? I hold it. So I need to be wrong here. I need another leg up. I need us to go to like 30 mil. Boom. Can we get a candle right here up and not a candle down? Down would suck. If we break down, dude, we are going back down to like 6-7 mil. That would suck. Then I have to decide, do I DCA or do I just exit? Definitely rigged, just like VCs with their TGEs letting their friends buy the coins. Are you talking about the Logan Paul thing? Do you think Logan is going to pay TMA for his fractionalized ownership? No. I hope he does. Look, the right thing to do would be like, hey, everybody who had the fractionalized card, which I think he said he paid them back and they never got the money, double up their money. I get it. You just made $13 million and you're already rich, dude. Just give them what they owned it. They owned it. Just give them, you don't have to give them 3x, okay? Because you did put work and you did do all this stuff. Give them 2x. Give them a nice little 2x for their pain and suffering, okay? That's what I would do. So you get a little bit and they get a little bit. Yo, CG Logan. You're talking about Logan. We spoke about that at the beginning. Definitely very possible, dude. I saw a lot of people. That's what most people were saying about the Poly Market. Like, oh, they're going to crime it up. I think he's sponsored by Poly Market, or he's always talking about Poly Market. And I did see some during the Super Bowl, right? They did that zoom in thing where he bets $1 million, even though his account had $0 in it. And his brother's fight, the Anthony Joshua, was sponsored by Poly Market. So there's clearly some close ties there. Yeah, I definitely think it could be. And I'm not accusing him. Okay. Don't sue me. This is just theorizing. It could be, right? I think maybe Ken paid him $10 million because he said he offered him $7 million in the past. Maybe he paid him 10 mil. And yeah, they're just pretending the card sold for 16 million. It's great advertisement for the platform. It's a Guinness world record for the most expensive like Pokemon card or whatever ever sold. It's great advertisement for their Netflix show. So this was great for Ken, great for the platform. They're launching a new platform called like Rip It or something. I guess it's like Collector's Crypt and all these other ones where you just rip card packs. I haven't looked into it. Yeah, I definitely think it can be. None of it's on chain. Like all the bids that were coming in. Am I going to get the Pokemon card? No, this is the Charizard. Can I see the Pikachu? Yeah. Wait, this is a different one? Darn, whatever. Let's just look at the Charizard. The bids that come in, there's no way to verify this, right? Did somebody really deposit $17 or $20 million into the platform cash just to be ready to bid? No, I don't think the money is on the platform. It's like an agreement. Maybe you need to be an approved bidder and prove you have the money because they have an estimate like, hey, this thing's going to go for a minimum of $10 million. Show us you have $10 million in escrow or whatever. So yeah, like there's no on chain. It's just bids. There's no names. You can't see who's bidding. So yeah, it's definitely easy to rig. You know, maybe they go in on the Poly Market or whatever it is. Logan's already made his money. They had a ton of sponsorships, right? They had Memeland and a bunch of others went on stage. They sold some Pokemon cards. So it's definitely riggable. Now, did they do that? I would rather make $60 million selling it, but does somebody really spend $60 million on a card on that Pikachu? That's, you know, people are saying is not even a PSA 10. I don't believe it, but you know, it is what it is. Oh my God, don't nuke. Don't nuke live on stream. Let's just read some comments here. GM. Yes, sir. The guy who bought it says he's buying the Declaration of Independence. They spoke about, I think they had one there for he said 8 to 10 million. They have one. So I guess, well, hey, he's a national treasure, dude. He's what's that actor? Nicolas Cage. Moving on. What time is it? Because I have a hard stop at 11. Moving on, we have Clavicular, who's all about looks maxing, and he breaks his freaking bones with a hammer. He went to like a Milady club or party that was hosted by Milady. And this was the weirdest. People are calling this Peter Thiel's butler. Peter Thiel's butler. Yeah, punch fell off a cliff. Yes, sir. Unfortunately. Hopefully there's another leg up. Yeah. So he went to the party and the guy was like, hey, can you hold this doll? Which I guess is a little Milady doll. And Clav is like, yo, I don't feel comfortable. Like, I don't know what this is, which I agree with. Like, I wouldn't be holding up on stream something I have no idea what the associations are and how it's going to affect my reputation. I think he regretted. It seems like he regretted going to this club. And then the funny thing, Mika went to interview him, apparently paid him $15,000 to interview him. And I watched the full thing on YouTube, or not the full thing, but from the starting moment, because this doesn't capture it. Here you're kind of asking yourself who did she associate him with? She asks about Palantir and Peter Thiel. And then he's like, no, you're paid by those people because the $15,000 you sent me is linked to Milady wallets. Like, you know, how many people traded Milady's, right? Or Memecoins that are linked to Milady's. And he's saying you're backed by those people. So it's like a really awkward moment for her. He's like, oh, you think you're setting me up? I set you up. And I think she handles it pretty well. She's like saying, yo, it's absolutely not true. I don't know if it is. He's saying they're both accusing each other of being paid by Peter Thiel, which is pretty funny. He is a big investor in Facebook and all that in his early days, but, you know, he invests in a lot of stuff, all this AI stuff, Palantir. He hosted like a 4-day conference on like if he's the Antichrist or something. Yeah, he accuses her and then he kicks her out. It's like super awkward for her. Just weird all around. So yeah, Milady's in the news. Yeah, he's like, oh, I did some investigating on you and all that. And he kicks her out. So yeah. Moving on into some NFTs. We got Mint coming up here. The normies. I think the Mint announcement is today by Cirque. Did he tweet it yet? I don't think he did yet. Okay, there's a public raffle coming for it soon. I got whitelist for my group for this. Shout out to Cirque for hooking us up. This is not like a paid plug or anything. It's one of the few whitelists that I'm looking at in the future. Hopefully it does well. I don't know the supply. I think is around 4K. I could be wrong. I don't know the price. I don't know the mint date. I'm waiting for announcements. But it's a cool collection. The website is cool with these normies. I got one that looked like an Anon, the Anon mask, which is cool. So there's barely any NFTs that I mint lately. So hopefully this one does well. After that, let's move on. Del Mundo. Somebody asked about Del Mundo's. Del Mundo's going to 0.1. Absolutely wild. These minted for like a penny or something. It was a free mint. They were trading for like $1. I know TMA scooped up like 215. Wild, dude. Wild. GG, bro, on the cook. He has 200, so his bag is worth a lot of money. Over 30 grand in the Del Mundos. So great to see a new NFT collection doing well. Mika Hariposta. What? Oh, wait. I thought he said Mika. Okay. I have no idea what this means, bro. Could buy 300 punks with 16 mil. You could, but the price is going to go up as you buy them. So you won't be able to get 300, but you can get a lot of punks. They're probably both being paid by Peter and given NDAs, so no one can say, yeah, maybe. Moving on, we have Yuga Labs announcing an anime, 6 to 8 episode anime, around 28 minutes each, and they are currently in the story development. Now, this is cool, okay? I am all for it. However, what is going on with these animes, bro? Because I mean, what's it called? Azuki announced an anime so long ago. They did 2 episodes only. Like, bro, look at the quality of work that PsyOp Anime is pumping out every single day, dude, on a daily basis. This looks like an older school style, right? It's more like a Ghost in the Shell or something. Probably one of my favorite, or not probably, it's one of my favorite animes of all time. like the quality of the stuff that they're pumping out. The CZ one is hilarious, but they're pumping these out daily, dude. And look at the quality. They're using AI, right? Just start using AI, bro. I don't know. Like, as long as you're not making slop, who cares if you're using AI? I know there's a lot of backlash in games like what's it called? Arc Raiders, right? Arc Raiders uses AI voices, and people are like, "Oh, these voices suck." Dude, it sounds exactly like every other game where they repeat the same line over and over and over again. At least with AI, you can have it say new lines on the fly. It can learn my personality and say things specifically to me based on what I did last game. Like, "Oh, you're out there ratting people." Or nice find on that really cool gear. Like, they can do so much with AI, and I don't understand this blank hate for AI, similar to like a blind hate for crypto and NFTs. Yeah, this one's Michael Saylor and CZ, but there was a really cool fight one. Let me go find it. No, it's not this one. That one, but there's a better one. Yeah, here. This is a real. I'd watch this anime, dude. This looks dope. Like, this is all made with AI, bro. I would watch this. So like, I don't understand why they're not pumping out stuff faster. Nice British accent there, CG. As a real Brit, I give you a 3 out of 5 stars. Thank you. He reposted the stream. It was just showed in a different language. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the repost, brother. Thank you. Oh, ripostato. Ripostato questa trasmissione. Yo. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro. Could jumpstart the Hall NFT with 16 mil. What's Hall NFT? You mean the NFT bull run? It's a rap video. Yeah. So like, I don't know. Use AI, please, for your anime. Okay. Don't take a year to do this. I want episode 1 soon, but it's got to be good because apparently they have a deal with some streaming platform. So I want good quality, but please utilize AI to make development faster and cheaper. Then, I just want to look at crypto in general. I thought we'd be more bullish today. Sad to see Bitcoin under close to 67,000 again. Why are we falling off a cliff, bro? What is going on this morning? Market opened, obviously, always happens. Market opens, boom, we go to zero. But we have Trump announcing that his platform, Truth Social, files for a Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. He's clearly bullish on making fees, right? Brazil, but he's going to continue pushing crypto. Brazil reintroduces a bill to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve, allowing the country to acquire up to 1 million Bitcoin. It seems like a lot is going on. Yeah, it seems like a lot is going on with crypto, with countries and politics. So that's, it's bullish for me. Long term, I am still bullish. And then I guess the last little bit of news is going to be that Catchment, if you remember, Catchment is closing, which is really unfortunate to see. But thankfully, Captain, send me the link. Send me the link, Cap. I'm waiting. Let me find it in our DMs. Here we go. But thankfully, Captain Y with Waypoint has built a wonderful website going live soon. That is it's even better than Catchment. So you're going to be able to see all the new mints that are going live here. You have what is currently minting. So how many were minted in the last 30 minutes, in the last 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, whatever you want. Here it's 3 minutes. So we rebuilt a better Catchment. You're going to be able to connect your wallet, mint directly from the site. Do your own research. Okay, we have zero control over any of these mints. We are just showing you what's on the blockchain, but there's a ton of scams, right? There's a ton of rug collections. You got to be careful. You can also add the bot to your Discord server, and it's going to alert you whenever it's like smart alerts. So whenever a collection is minting fast, when it's getting a lot of mint volume, you are going to get pinged. So you have this website, which you can check, which is like Catchment. And then you can also add it directly to your Discord in just a couple clicks. So check it out. I'm not sure if we put it live yet. We are waiting to go live. I don't think it's live yet. For the moment, though, what you can do is you can add the Discord bots to your server. So you can add the mint alert bot. The mint, it's called Mint Scan. So see, you get alerts like, hey, free mint is popping off hot. There's been 300 mints in the last 5 minutes. Oh, very hot. We're at 700 mints now. So if you want to add this bot to your server for absolutely free, check out waypoint.tools. I believe it's in the description. If not, I will add it right now. If you're on Twitter, go to @waypoint_tools. Here, I'm adding it to the description right now. Waypoint. Boom. I got to add it to every video by default. Save. Here we go. I just added it. So if you refresh the page after the stream is done, so it doesn't mess it up. Let's see. What are we buying today? Yeah, I don't know what we're buying today. So the market's crashing, Monster. What's happening with those NFTs I bought? My what was it called? The storm thing. Is the storm up? Oh yeah, we have OpenSea closing very soon, eh? Very soon. We have 1 hour left. I made it to Sapphire this time around. So that is tier, I guess tier 9. Hopefully I get a nice prize out of here. I want a Bored Ape. Give me a Bored Ape. They have 2 Bored Apes that they bought. I'll take this ape. What's the other one? I will take this ape. OpenSea, if you are watching, rig it. I want to get this ape. Let me look here. Ooh, this one's cool. I want this one. I want this one over this one. I like the orange background, but you know, smoking, can't promote smoking. I want this one. Give me this ape, OpenSea. I will take it. Yeah, worst case, I'll flip it and then I'll get a different one. Okay. That's an ugly Pudgy, bro. Some of the Pudgy traits, I'm sorry, are really bad. Okay. I like Pudgies, but some of the traits are really bad. So there's some Pudgies up for grabs, there's some Bored Apes. And how much do they have in the rewards pool? 1.2 million. It's going to go up. I'm sure it'll be way higher when they add to it. Last time was like, what, 3-4 million? Although they probably have less volume now with the market crashing, so we'll see. But 1 hour left. Yes, sir. Let's just read through some comments, and then I got to jump because I have a call. Any thoughts on mini mines mint? I don't even know what that is, sir. I'm not gonna lie. I've been like doing my videos, my content tutorials, and trying to learn AI. Like I really don't have as much time to look into NFT mints, unfortunately. So unless it's getting a lot of attention, I'm not looking at it. Most of it is slop. CG AI content generation is the future. I created a whole an advert for a product using AI characters, and it would have cost thousands to pay actors. Agreed, dude. I just signed up. I had signed up to Kling, but it was too limiting, so I just signed up to Higgsfield, which is many tools in one. Use my referral. Okay, I need the credits. I just signed up to Higgsfield. And dude, it's really cool. I have a lot to learn, like a lot to learn. I think you see a lot of videos and it makes it seem so easy. It's really not that easy. It's all about the prompts that you're using. So there's definitely a skill gap. It seems like it's going to get a lot easier with what's it called? Sea Dance. We'll see if it's as good as what we've been shown. But yeah, it's definitely something. I think if you need to learn AI, you need to learn something AI if you want to keep up with the world. If not, you're just gonna. I think most people are falling behind. Most people probably don't know what Kling, Higgsfield, or any of these tools are. Runway, yeah. Do you hold any black? No, dude. I took the L on that. I had like 20K in the platform, like 10K in black, and then 10K in stables, and it was nuking. So I think I made like 6K from staking, but then I lost like more. I ended up taking a small L there, like a few $1,000, but it could have been way worse. If I just held, I'd probably would have lost like 15K because it swaps out your coins. It swaps as it goes down to balance it out. It's buying more black and it's selling your stables to balance it out, the value of each. So you're just getting wrecked on the way down. So thankfully I sold because what's it at now? Under 5 mil FDV. Oh my God. I remember when I spoke about it in video, it was like at 100 mil or something insane. Yeah, very disappointing, dude. Very disappointing. They hyped it up so much And it's just, and look, it's the market, right? It's part of it's the market. They can't control it. They can't control how many people are using the platform. But for how much they hyped it up, I thought they were gonna they had a lot more planned than just like, you know, a DEX and like staking. Like we have this product a million times. Why do I need it? So unfortunate that this happened. Hopefully it can come back. But yeah, bankr really fell off in his Web3 pull. You know, he kind of, for 2 years, he's been shouting altcoin season. It never came, which he doesn't have a crystal ball, right? He's just sharing what he believes. And Elio still makes videos. And, you know, Elio straight up admits like, oh, I was wrong about this. Yeah, but I think they lost their pull in terms of like getting people to buy into stuff. I mean, look, bankr launched a meme coin and it was a little like 10-second pump and dump. Horribly. Had he launched it when he first announced his meme coin, it would have done well. But he kind of milked people for 4 months or 6 months, milked the engagement, had people do stupid tasks, and then he just launches it like on Pump Fun, and he gives all the fees away to random streamers. It was just so horribly done. I feel like he just needed to get it out of the way. Not liquidity, just hold the website, have over 150 mil in, and the coin have over 150 mil in, and the coin is like at 4 mil. DeFi Llama. They have 77 mil in TVL. How much are they making in fees though? Wait, they're making 12 mil? Yeah, they need to do buybacks. I think part of the problem is you stake and you get coins. Captain, don't start this again. Rest in peace, my granny. She got hit by a bazooka. Kaboom. Kablow. Kaboom. I was in my room trying to teach my little sister. Yeah, I think part of the problem is, I'm not even showing my screen. I think part of the problem, so yeah, they're making apparently 13 mil a year in fees. They need to do just introduce the buybacks, bro. Like Hyperliquid's doing. This is what people want to see. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the tip. This is what people want to see. They want buybacks, bro. Stop. The problem is you stake the coin. You're getting the coin as rewards. We saw this with so many coins. We saw this with Ape Coin. You're staking Ape to get Ape to dump Ape. So you're dumping your own bags. And like, what's the point of staking and then getting those rewards? I'm not going to stake their coin. So there's no buyback pressure on their coin. So yeah, it makes no sense. I don't know why they're just not doing buybacks. Like, you know, they could 3x easily the market cap if they just introduce buybacks. So hopefully it does pump, but yeah. Black hole was another Ponzi. All DeFi protocols go to zero. Get in early and get out. Yeah, Elio and bankr walked away with a bag. Same old story. Yeah, I mean, there was no, according to them, right, there was no VCs. They didn't get a team allocation. It was just for their holdings, but obviously they hold, I think he holds a ton of Superverse, right? And I'm sure bankr does. So they got airdrops. We'll see. Would he have sold his own token? If it's from a public wallet, no. On a private wallet, like, why not? You know, at the end of the day, everybody always says that. They deserve to make money too. If you're going to go through the trouble to build up your presence in the space, build a product, right, with support and a team and people behind it, and market that product, do you not deserve to be paid the most of everyone? I feel like we treat all these products like we're the ones like who deserve, like, oh, look, I want the airdrop from Pump Fun, right? But everybody's like, yo, Pump Fun, I used your platform for a year. You farmed us. You milked us on fees. Where's my money? Like, I made your product what it is. No, they offered you a playground. You went. When you go to the casino in Vegas, you're not like, I made your casino. No, you went there for the service. You wanted to gamble. Gambling was the service they provided. They take a fee for running that business. Doesn't matter. Like, they don't care if you make money or not. And then they have a rewards program, which is your points. And sometimes they give you a free room or whatever to get you to come back to the casino. Now, for Pump Fun, it's the airdrop they promised, which they promised. They said it. I know they deleted a bunch of airdrop tweets. We want our airdrop, you know, but we'll see if it happens. But like saying like, oh, they extract, like this company extracted millions. Like, no, dude, it's a company. Companies exist to make money. People do things. If you started a business, you took the time to do a startup, you want to make money out of it. So we need to split up this. And I'm not saying you were saying this. I'm not accusing you of saying this. I think we just need to split that mentality, which I see a lot. I know it felt like I was coming after you. I really wasn't. I was just saying, like, it's a narrative I see a lot. You in Japan, sir? I might be in Japan this year. Actually, we'll see. Ambient Japan 2026, or you have a channel that is Ambient Japan music. But yeah, what time is it? Okay, yeah, I gotta go. I got a call in 4 minutes, so I'm gonna end the stream here. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. I know Twitter was messed up today, so hopefully a lot of people came from Twitter, but it seems mostly it was on YouTube, which I value YouTube more personally. If you haven't already done so, hit the like button on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, though. Hit the subscribe button. Appreciate everybody for watching. Buy 100% CG. Founders should get paid. Yeah, it's a business, but they're not transparent about their bags. Yeah, which, like, can they be? You know, if they say, hey, I have this much, and then they sell a bit, it goes to zero. And then everybody's going to post like, oh, they sold on us. They sold on. It's like when I post about any NFT, people are like, oh, you're selling on your community. Like, no, I saw a trade. I took the trade. And then everybody's always asking me, what do we buy? What are we buying? What trades are you doing? So, like, obviously I'm going to make the trade and make money. If not, like, what, I'm making videos. I'm buying things. I'm telling you what the good plays are, and I don't make any money. Everybody else gets to make money, and I have to hold bags to zero and lose, which I've done. Like, that's Godzilla. I lost 40 grand on Godzilla because of that, because I didn't want to dump on you guys. Not that I don't think any of you thought of it that way, but it's this weird thing. Like, I don't want to start being tagged like, oh, you just did an interview with Shan, and literally a day later you're selling, even though they had been listed for months. And I should have just listed, because, like, does anybody care if I made profit? No. But instead I lost 40 grand, which nobody cares about. Also, why do you close the Discord again? I mean, it's still open. It's just the membership side, because NFTs suck, dude. NFT whitelists are the main culture with my Discord was NFTs, even though, like, you know, there's alpha, there's caller, like Monster's an amazing caller. We do care for thank you, Perez. Look, we have some good callers, you have a good community, but I think in the current climate, like, just, I don't know, I was charging what, it was like $200 a month, and I don't want to lower the price. Like, lowering the price, you get a lot of people who have very high demands. I've spoken to a lot of founders who had groups for like $25-50 a month, and they're like, it's horrible. Don't do it. Because you get people who pay you $25 a month, and they think you are their slave. They are just pinging you all day. So I didn't want to do that. I think 200 was a good price point. Maybe 150 would have been better, but it's just not sustainable. It wasn't sustainable. Like, I spent a year. I wanted to close it, to be honest, a year ago. Not close it, like, the members still stay there. We still get whitelists. Like, they're still getting value. But it's only the people who stay in the group. Those are the ones who get to keep the role. Maybe in the future, one day I'll do like invites to it, or I'll open it up again. But yeah, I just, you know, I didn't feel comfortable. Like, they're still making money on some whitelists, but it's just a gamble now. And it's a lot of stress on me, dude. I'm being added to like 10 chats a day with like horrible NFT projects that I know are not going to do anything. They're asking me for calls, for videos. It was taking up so much of my attention. I was just like, yeah, I'm done with this. This is brain rot. Like, it's brain rot on Discord. It was the equivalent to scrolling TikTok all day, just seeing these garbage NFT collections. So, I mean, my team handles most of it anyways, but yeah, so I paused it for now. Look, if there's somebody who adds value and has a lot of, I have a meeting. Yeah. If there's somebody who adds value and is good and has a lot of referrals, like, sure, they could join. But for now, it's just going to say pause. And it's just going to be for the members who stayed. I have people in there, dude. They've been with me for 5 years now. Why am I looking at the year? It's 2026. For like 5 years now. So, like, they deserve to stay, and, you know, for free, just to give them value. It's like a thank you. Even though a bunch of them made like 5-6 figures off whitelists. Let me manage your portfolio brand so I can sell for you. You bring too much value. I definitely need help. I just don't know how to do it. And it's hard to find people you trust. People I tried to hire for my community a few times, and, like, dude, I just get people, and I'm like, yo, we're a community right now of 60 people. Like, there's not a lot of work to run the community. And they're like, oh yeah, I want 5K a month. I'm like, do you realize the group is making like 8K right now? Like, you want 5K of that? Yeah, I just everybody's just always like, oh, you're a KOL, you're rich, give me money. Like that's the attitude. So it's really hard to find good people. And I honestly hiring friends, that's been the way. Like JPEG, Vivek, Bell, people like that. Finding Monster, people like that have always been good. Yeah, Boy Labs did yeah, he did it before. Made it free. I had grand ideas for making it free, and invite only and stuff. Cap and me had a big plan, but then it was like, I'd rather just focus on content, to be honest. Maybe in the future I'll do it. Yeah, until they show life again. But even if they show life, like it has to be more than a month, Yeah. But yeah, I gotta go. I have a call. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Another stream on Friday. I will have videos this week. We got some sponsored videos, okay? Got some tutorials coming and some shorts and stuff. So yeah, I got to balance the live streams and my videos and learning like AI, but I want to get a lot more videos out whenever there's stuff to talk about. If there's good tutorials and stuff, I know the tools are few and far between, but if there's a request, let me know in the comments down below. I'll do it. What did I miss today? You can go rewatch it, sir. It was a good stream, I think, but I got to go. Thank you very much, everybody. Let me click the end button first and then pound my chest.